Hey guys, welcome to my office. I'm trying to grow a little bit in my experience and how I communicate with people. And one of the things I'm trying to do is take less of your time, less of our time in meetings, because that tends to take us away from our families or from other things that we have going on. And so I'm going to try talking with you this way and inviting your feedback and your comments. And I'd just like to know what you think about it. In 2011, we accomplished a lot. Our goal is to help build the faith here. And technology, being the computers or the software or how the phone system or how things come together, is a crucial part of what we do. It's a forgotten thing. It's one of those things where there's very few thank yous because we're all so used to it and accustomed to it that often if you go and put something together, we don't even notice because we're so used to it. But I just want to pause for a minute and tell you thank you and tell you that you are a crucial part of building the faith in people at Center Road. We use the tools that you pull together, patch together, try to make work in very tight budgets, bring together pieces and donate pieces and find pieces to make things work so that we are able to use the technology to the glory of God. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart for that. In 2012, I'm expecting that the budget will continue to be tight as the economy kind of looms and drags on. However, we know God's bigger than any of that, and everything that we're seeking to do here, it's about how big God is. It's not about how small we are or some solution that we might try to come up with. But we want to use our talents and our skills and the things that God has given us for the church body here to grow in the Lord. And I'm just excited to have a group of people like you to work with who are servants. You care about people. You're a little different than some of the tech groups that I have seen in different settings and different places. You want to find out what people need and try to make that happen and take care of people, and it is noticed and it is appreciated not only by me but I think by our elders and by our congregation as a whole. I'd have a few items to go through with you. I'm going to try this, and again I'd like to have your feedback. I sent you a document a week or two ago that was kind of an update. There's a few things I'd like to highlight there. In particular, I'd like to highlight the work that Kevin Sagersey is doing. I see Kevin up here all the time. He took server parts from our bone pile we had behind the stage, took some things of his own that he donated, and he has reestablished our Windows 2003 server so that we now have that. I'm using it as a file server. We're still working out a few bugs, and eventually we should be able to use that. He has the backups in place, and that's just part of what he's been doing. He's been working on several different things, but we appreciate Kevin so much. And as I appreciate all of you as well. I know that Dean and Alan and Marley, you've been invaluable in your work here, and I just want to encourage you that you're making a huge difference. Now, at the moment, I don't think that we're in some huge crisis mode. At least I'm not aware of it. Of course, with a computer, you never know. But at the moment, I think things are going along fairly smoothly, so I think during the lull, we ought to look at addressing some of the things that we wanted to take care of. One thing I don't want to get out of our vision is the Treasury PC. Tax receipts for 2011 have been produced, so that's off the table now. I'm thankful for that. But we do have the second PC put in place there, but I think we're still working on getting the software and drivers and so forth put on it and getting the software newly established on that machine for the Treasury. I did have a request by Gary Berkshire to keep both machines in there. I don't have a problem with that. The only thing I can see is if that is a problem for us as far as software licensing is concerned. So if we can take time to kind of check into that and see what we think about that, we can make a decision then on whether we can leave two machines there, because if they need it, then I want to do everything I can to help them. Also, in regard to that, and this is particularly for Alan, Lynn Clapp is considering dropping the subscription to QuickBooks. Now, QuickBooks has this kind of thing like the virus companies do and so forth where you subscribe. It used to be a little more affordable. Now it has risen to $27 a month, which is a pretty good annual fee. And what it provides for us mainly is the tax tables. It doesn't even provide all of those. So getting that done, figuring taxes, we're very limited on what we do with that, so that really isn't the problem. But the problem is that if we discontinue the subscription, it literally shuts down the module of that part of the software that figures taxes. So I want to understand that a little bit more before we make some decision there. So Alan, if I could get you to talk with Lynn at your convenience and just kind of get your opinion and summation of that, I really would appreciate it. Guys, we took the public computers out. I haven't heard anything. I take from that no news is good news. I've made a little bit of progress on the MP3s of the sermons. We'd like to put Lynn's sermons sound recordings online. We can easily do that in a Google site. That's not a problem. And I did find a solution. We tried some different things, but if you want to navigate around in this blog, you'll see that I put up the sermon that I did back in November. I put a video copy as well as an audio copy there. The video thing wouldn't count, but as far as the audio, it's a small player kind of located above the video. And to do that, I simply just found an MP3 player with the HTML code online. I posted that in my blog in the HTML section. I put the MP3 file in a Dropbox public folder, and it will generate for you a unique URL for that. And I just changed the location of the MP3 and published, and it went. So I don't think it's too hard to do, and I know the first 2 gigs of Dropbox are free, and I would think 2 gigabytes would carry us quite a distance. And if we needed more, there's nothing to say we can't have multiple Dropboxes. Unless they change their policy, that should work for us. So whoever's working on that, I know Doug was going to do that, and I think Marley has assumed some of the responsibility, and perhaps Alan. But Dean or Kevin, if you guys have more input on that or something, I would like to not let that project die. As far as maintenance goes, we had talked about developing a schedule of maintenance so we can go through and make sure that some of the computers are clean, that they have the updates and so on and so forth that they need. I think we kind of haven't made a lot of progress on that, but that's something, while we're kind of in a slow time, I think would be something that we should look at. I'm a little bit afraid that because of the tight budget, I know that we at one time had a schedule of replacements. I know my PC came in 2007, I think, and I use mine a lot. And so I know it's showing the wear and tear. So I'm afraid someday it's going to slip up on us and have computers go out on us. But right now we're running okay, and I'd just like for us to get some kind of a maintenance thing figured out and make sure that we have our software where it needs to be and so forth for the future. One item that I think about is the situation with our video projectors. We have the one in the booth, which we use all the time. It is the one that we go to for meetings and so forth because we have 3 other projectors. One's in the youth room, and they use that all the time. We have another one that we can use only with a DVD player. There's something broken on the PC side of it, and so it only takes RCA inputs, but it's not very useful for a PC. And we don't think we can repair it. I know that Dean has looked into that, but we don't think we can repair it. And so it works for the DVD thing just fine, but for the computer thing, not so good. Then we have another one, and it can be used for a time, but it overheats, and then it shuts itself down. And so I don't know if we can fix that, or if we need to look at maybe another machine. I know they come in smaller packages that are more powerful, cheaper as all this stuff goes. And budgets are tight, but it would seem to me like that's something that we want to have on hand to be able to use for classes, or even if we need to take presentations off campus. I'm really hesitant to take that one off campus from the AV booth. It's mounted on the tripod, and they use it frequently there, but I think that's something we need to look at. Well, that's what I've got for this time. And like I said, this is a great big experiment. I really would like to know what you think about this. So you can either use the comment section of this blog, or you can email me or Facebook me or whatever, and just kind of let me know what you think. If you see other things that need to be done, please let me know. And just know that you're appreciated, and your spirit is a great way to lead for Jesus Christ. Thank you so much. I thank God for you.